Okay, in this real estate photography tutorial, today we're going to be talking about doing sky replacements. And a lot of people love to use Photoshop. I've tried Photoshop, I just don't feel that it gives you the best results. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I found a software that is compatible with Lightroom and Photoshop, and it's called Luminar AI. Some of you have probably already heard of that, and maybe you're already currently using that. But if you're not, and if you haven't heard of it, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how amazing it is. We're going to do my exterior main bump here. Exterior real estate, right there it is. I'm going to do as shot for my white balance because I think that a little more accurate. And all we're going to do, now if you have Luminar AI, once you download it, I'll leave a link in the description to this. I'm not an affiliate with this company. I just will send you to the website so you can look at it. I believe it's like 50 bucks. Pretty good deal for what you're able to do with it. So you're going to right click and you're going to edit in Luminar AI, and it'll automatically set this up for you once you download the software onto your computer. All right, so once the photo is loaded into this Luminar AI software, we're going to come up here and click the edit button. And we have a bunch of different sliders down here. We're only going to need a few of them for this sky replacement, but I like to take the enhance slider. So if we go all the way up, it almost gives it like a boost of vibrance or a brightness. So I like to put that somewhere like that, because remember, if you're shooting on a cloudy day and you're doing a nice blue sky, sky swap, you want to make the image look like it is sunny out. So some of these features will allow you to kind of make the image look like it's brighter than it really was, which is fine because we're not deceiving it. We could have shot this on a blue, a nice blue sky day, but sometimes that just isn't possible in the world of real estate photography. If you've been in the business for any length of time, waiting for a beautiful day isn't always an option. So here's where the magic happens. We're going to come down here to Sky AI, and if you click on Sky Selection right here, you're going to be able to choose from different skies. I personally love this one right here, and you can make them look a little different from image to image, and this is where I like to use the sky orientation right here, just to kind of move the horizontal position around. So I think that looks good. And look at this, before we do any tweaks, look at how it cut out through these power lines and through the trees. It almost looks like it's perfect. We can come down here and refine this even more. I like to take the global refinements and just put it all the way up. That actually usually works almost perfectly every time. Maybe close the gaps, fix the details, that does some fine tuning, cutting out the trees a little bit better so it looks more natural. Now, the only thing that you have to make sure you do is pay attention to the sky falling onto, like, for example, this house right here. So what it's doing is probably like what Photoshop does, is like a highlight selection tool, where some bright images and even parts of the house will have parts of the sky bleeding onto it, which is a super easy fix. We can come up here to this center icon right here and click that, and this is where we're going to be able to refine the mask. So we're going to click the delete, the little eraser button here, take our radius and move that down just from sliding that slider, and I can tell that we need to paint out some of that mask on this house. And we do that. Now we're going to make that radius bigger, maybe not quite that big, like this, and we're going to finish cleaning up that mask a little bit more. And there we go. And that really is all there is to it as far as what you're going to need to do for a sky swap. So let's go up here, and once you click apply, it's going to bring it back into Lightroom for you, and then you're going to be able to flag that image, save it, move on to the next one, whatever your workflow is. All right, and so once your image is back into Lightroom, it's going to bring it back in as a TIFF file, just as Photoshop does. And really, you've already done your corrections and your tweaks and everything in that software, so you're left with just moving on to the next image. So I like to flag that image and move on to the next one. So there you go, guys. That's how to use Luminar AI to do your sky swaps over Photoshop. Let me know what you think about this software, if you have one preference over the other, or if you're a Photoshop diehard. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye.